Rick is with us now. I'm looking forward to this, Rick. What do you know? What is going on with KD right now?
Well, number one, most of the players on the team are putting their houses up for sale because of the new arena. They're moving to the other side of the bay.
Wasn't Kevin already living in the San Francisco?
I know he was looking at places there.
Right.
So,
okay, go ahead.
Yeah, there is that question. And when you have the kind of resources that they have, the fact that you might have homes in more than one place, he's an East Coast guy. There's the possibility. I don't want to read too much into it. The timing of it is very interesting.
He's from DC, though.
When it comes to that.
He's from the Maryland area.
Yeah, well, but he likes New York. He spent some time there. He's a big fan of the Rucker Park. So, but all that said, his going with the team to Toronto is not an indication from everything I've seen that he is close to playing. In fact, it's the other side of it. He's so far away from playing that staying home and getting treatment is really not going to be is not a difference maker. And I would be surprised if we actually see him play in this series.
So you would lean away from him playing 1 minute in this series?
Yes, I would. Because I was there at the press conference when before the series started, and saw him walk off in shower sandals. He was still gimpy. He's done no basketball activity. And when this injury originally occurred, I was told 3 to 6 weeks. Today is 3 weeks from the day of the injury. Now, since then, the Warriors have said it was more serious than they thought. And so that leads me to believe that it's closer to 6 than to 3. Well, okay, so Game 6 is 2 weeks. I mean, the first 6 games are going to be played within a 2-week period. If he's not even practicing, the idea that he's going to get in condition and you're going to play him in a finals game just does not seem very likely.
We have gone back and forth about this. Even looking at that footage, and I don't know if he's putting on a show for us because he knows he's being videotaped, but he looks gimpy there to me, although you suggest maybe his bag is heavy.
Your bag, heavy
right?
bag, yep.
But he looks like he's teetering a little bit to one side as he walks. So to your point, that doesn't look good to me. Now we get into the psyche of Kevin Durant. He has fired back a couple of times on social media at the new runaway narrative that the Warriors are playing better without him, that he would interpret as they're better without me. And he fired back at our man Chris Broussard last week for suggesting it would be his worst nightmare in a basketball sense if, in fact, Golden State won without him. And it might sort of taint or almost disqualify the 2 previous years and his 2 finals MVPs. And he fired back at Chris like, worst nightmare? There are worse things that could happen. Obviously in life, yes. Not in basketball, though, for him. So I'm still wondering if he's trying to push to play because he needs to play, because he wants to show the world. You know how he gets about social media. He's got the thinnest skin of any superstar I have ever closely observed or known about. And it feels like he's now getting possessed with, I got to play to show everybody I'm still the man on this team. So
I've told you guys that I haven't heard from anybody who has said that he's staying in Golden State. I've consistently, every single person has said he's leaving. They've had different destinations. Brooklyn is in play. The Knicks are in play. Those are the primaries. For the first time, I've heard that because of the injury, he's wavering. And it's simply because, and that the speculation is that it's because the injury is so severe that the idea of going someplace else and carrying the load next year is... He's hesitating. Can I do that? That this injury may impact the beginning of next season. And it would be much easier to stay here, play another year. Take your time getting right. You don't have to come out and be ready first game of the season. This team can roll.
Well, you listen to you talk. That doesn't sound like a calf strain to me, Skip. That you're concerned.
Totally agree.
You're concerned about whether or not you can carry a load 5 months from now?
Maybe a calf tear, more likely an Achilles tear, but maybe not a rupture.
Yeah, this doesn't... But
no, I mean, he talked about it. Steve Kerr has indicated it's more serious than we thought. KD has said, this is the worst one that I've ever had. And just everything that I've seen and heard is, one, he's not playing in these finals, and that it is a little more serious than anybody has painted it. And so the difficulty with KD is, and I've been told this from the very beginning, you never can be 100% sure which direction he's going to go.
Okay.
But what's concerning to me, if they win this title without him,
Yeah.
how do you go back? They don't need you. Everybody knows.
See, I just had this conversation with Andre Iguodala. He really dislikes this narrative because he said, yeah, okay, so we dispatched Houston without him, and we swept the Blazers without him. I had to play against the Blazers on one leg. Why? Because we didn't have KD, because I had to play 40 minutes against Houston. The idea that they're better without KD.
No, I didn't say they're better. I said if they win this finals without KD, how does he convince someone they need him?
I don't know from the outside that he can convince anybody that, but he doesn't have to convince the team. They're the ones that are.
Yeah, they like being unbelievable. They like monopolizing the situation.
Absolutely.
Because that's what it is.
Absolutely.
I mean, you skip. He's the best player. They would have swept Portland. Okay, granted, you say, well, Portland's not that good, yada, yada, yada. The backcourt didn't play well. You beat a team in the East. Can you imagine a team, the Lakers, winning a finals series without Magic? Or the Celtics winning without Bird? Or the Bulls winning without Jordan? Or LeBron-led team winning a finals, not a game, a series without the best player?
Fair, but I believe you have to look at the context of where we are and who they're going up against. Because we said from the beginning of the year, it was hard to imagine there was a team in the Western Conference that was capable of beating them. It was always going to be who's going to come out of the East, right?
Yes.
And then Boston falls down.
Right.
And then Milwaukee gets exposed. And now you have a Toronto Raptors team that has Kawhi Leonard, but you look at the rest of that team, what's their history in terms of playing under pressure? They've folded in the face of LeBron time after time. So I think you have to put into context, who are the Warriors beating? Are they beating a championship caliber team, or are they beating the best of the rest that simply survived?
But that narrative, Skip, who's going to beat the Warriors with KD? Now with no KD, now the race gets a lot closer. No, with KD, what KD did, he made them unbeatable in a 7-game series. They were already a great team because it took the Cavaliers 7 games with LeBron leading in every statistical category, Kyrie hitting a shot, and it still took the best team in the East 7 games. KD joins that 73-9 team as the second best player in the NBA. Now he makes them unbeatable. No KD. They're still a great team. They know what they represent. I believe they want to win this without KD to show they're more than KD.
I just don't get that sense from within the team.
Okay, but we're missing the biggest point.
What's that?
When they blew the 3-1 against LeBron.
Right.
Yeah.
They all recruited KD.
Yes.
Steph Curry publicly said, we can't do this without him. And to me, Steph disqualified himself as the man on the team.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Because I can't get over that, which is why if KD is not going to dribble one dribble in this series, that little man, Steph, he better rise and shine. He better be the MVP because this is his golden opportunity to say, okay, I can do this by quote unquote, by myself, without him, right? Because I sought him. The Hampton Five went to Long Island. They went out to the Hamptons to recruit him. Am I right?
Right.
And you used the story. Draymond called him in the parking lot after losing Game 7.
In a towel crying, Rick.
Okay. All right. Well,
but
you were there, right?
But here's the thing, though, Rick. They did that assuming that LeBron and Kyrie were going to remain together. Once they broke that up, because I don't care how good Toronto is, I don't care how good Philly or the Bucks, Kyrie and LeBron will still be representing the East.
But see, you are looking at it through the context of the Warriors want to do it, and they want to do it in a way that shines the most light on them. Fair?
Yeah.
The Warriors just want to keep winning anyway, anyhow. And if they look at KD and say, with him, our chances of continuing this role is greater than without him, we will take that.
Oh, yeah. I'm saying, no, I was looking at it from KD's standpoint.
Right.
They win without me.
Okay. But he looks at it and says, if the injury is severe enough, I'll stay one more year. We're not talking about signing for the long term.
Right.
One more year, let me recover from this. Let me make another run with this team. And then you have the open door of what do they do next year? How much of a role does he play there with Sean Livingston potentially retiring? Who knows? Andre has indicated to me that he's on the cusp, but if they win 3 in a row, I think he's going to stick around to go for 4.
Wow.
But look, they're playing close to the nub right now. The idea that they'd be where they are without KD, if they had to ride these horses all year long without KD,
you have to play.
It would be different.
But that's what happens, Skip. This is what happens when you play 5 championships back to back. The injuries start to happen because now you're playing into June. You're starting right back up in September, getting ready for basketball activities. So this is what's going to happen.
Right. So Ric Bucher, bottom line, right here, right now, gut feeling, and other quick point that I brought up. I saw this in the LA Times. Kevin also put his house here in Malibu up for sale 2 weeks ago. I don't know what that means because I think he has another one in Hollywood Hills. I think he does. But whatever. All that said, next year, Game 1, he will be where?
in New York.
Which one? Not in Brooklyn or Manhattan?
I don't know yet. Honestly, I don't.
Would you bet Knicks?
This is the